Hello YouTube and welcome to GV's Spring 2017 preview video, since the spring season is starting really early this year, more specifically today. And for this upcoming season there were a boatload of interesting animes. Nothing super exciting like for instance Kuzuno Honkai last season, but I still had to be really strict when picking the animes that I would watch. So I only marked the 10 animes that immediately stood out to me or that I am kind of forced to watch. But let's first see which animes I had marked as interesting but eventually didn't make it to my to-watch list. And those animes are Rokudan Nashi Mayutsu Koshi no Kinki Kyoten, Granblue Fantasy the Animation, Alice no Zoroku, Shu Matsu Nani Shite Masuka Isogashi Desu ga the one with the very long name. You will see a picture right here. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that again. Twin Angel Break, Oshitsu Kiyoshi Hani, Recreators, and Kabu Kibu. But what am I going to watch? The first anime that I will watch, although it won't be with great pleasure or with any pleasure for that matter, is a new season of Berserk. How I am going to suffer again was watching the ugliest 3D CGI animation in the history of animes. I don't even know why I'm going to put myself through this suffering again. I am not even a Berserk fan. The next anime is the long-awaited sequel of Sanai Heroine no Sorate Kata, called Sanai Heroine no Sorate Kata Flat. After more than 2 years, Sanai is getting its second season. This was one of the first seasonal animes that I ever watched and one of the first seasonals that I ever reviewed on this channel. Now, back in those times, I wasn't really a big fan of this series, but now I have matured more into romance animes and in animes in general, so maybe I will enjoy this second season more than I did the first. The next anime, I'm going to watch it for a very obvious reason, and that anime is Hinako Note. You know that I need one cute moe comedy anime per season. Last season it was Urarara Meirocho, and this season it's going to be Hinako Note. For the next anime, being Clockwork Planet, I don't have a lot of information to go with since the first trailer showed nearly nothing. So I only have the synopsis and the tags to base myself on. And based on those, it seems like a pretty interesting anime. It's a drama romance series in a fantasy setting. So we will see what this is going to be when we see the first episode. The next anime on my list, I think that a large majority of the anime community is really excited for, since its first season was the most hyped up anime ever. Of course, I'm talking about the second season of Shingeki no Kyojin, or Attack on Titan. Now, I can't say with certainty how excited I am for this second season, since at the time that I'm recording this, I haven't finished the first season yet. I hope to finish it before the start of the second season, but since it is starting tonight, not the day that I'm recording this, but the day that this will get released, I doubt that I will have it finished by then. So it could be that I wait a few days to watch the first episode so that I can first fully finish the first season. Number 5 on my list is Sakura Quest. I am always excited when PA Works brings out a new anime. They usually have a pretty high level, and definitely when it comes to the animation. See animes like Nagi no Asukara, Angel Beats and Charlotte. The story will probably be a bit simple, that's what I think. I expect a slice of life comedy anime without majorly intriguing storylines. The next anime, I had it marked for quite a long time, and that's Eromanga Sensei. Initially marked because of the studio A1 Pictures, and after seeing the trailer, it seems like a fun comedy anime to follow. And after not watching an A1 anime last season, I long again for an anime from one of my favorite animation studios. We get to the top 3, and these 3 animes immediately stood out to me from the mass of animes that I had marked as interesting for this season. These 3 almost immediately made it to my to watch list. And the first of those 3 is Fukumenki Noise. This is a perfect mix for me. Music and romance. And it's the more serious kind of romance, since the anime will focus on one-sided love. So we can assume that it'll be a romance drama with music as the overall theme. And there is almost no more perfect mix to make me excited for an anime. The second place on my expectations list is reserved for Sagrada Reset by David Productions, already confirmed to have 24 episodes. Animes from David Productions I had absolutely no experience with before last year I saw the utterly beautiful short anime Planetarian. And after seeing Planetarian, I have been keeping an eye on David Productions, and I believe that they are capable of making an interesting drama story, which I presume the story of Sagrada Reset will be. So let them surprise me again like they did with Planetarian. But the anime that I'm excited for the most in the upcoming spring season is Tsukigaki Rei, or As the Moon So Beautiful. For this anime, I am actually just going to read the synopsis that I find on AniChart, since it is the only explanation that I have to give to why I put this on the top of my expectations list. The series focuses on characters Akane Mizuno and Kotaro Azumi, 2 third-year middle school students who become classmates for the first time. The series will depict each character's growth and connection to the people around them, such as classmates, clubmates, teachers, and parents. The anime will also center on youthful adolescent romance of the characters who are haunted by change and uncertainty as the seasons inevitably pass. Coming of age, a dramatic feeling to the storyline. That's all I need to be really excited for a new anime, and that is why I put Tsukigaki Rei on the top of my expectations list. So those are the 10 animes plus Yowamushi Pedal New Generation from last season that I'll be watching in the next season. Probably I will miss out on some good animes that I had marked as interesting, but I had to make decisions. As always, let me know in the comments which anime you are most excited for in the upcoming spring season of anime. And as always, I will thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.